Today on Weekly Classics, we'll be discussing one of the oldest surviving poems in history, Beowulf. Please welcome our guest, Lockie.
Thanks, Charlie. Let's get into the questions. So where did the Beowulf story come out originally?
Well, Beowulf is a poem written by an anonymous person. It was an Old English poem about a young hero from Geitland who travels to Denmark to fight off evil sea monsters and dragons. It is set in Scandinavia around the 6th century AD.
Yes, that's correct. The story is believed to be around 1,500 years old and is still a very famous poem.
Whom do we think wrote the Beowulf story down so we could enjoy it centuries later?
Because the story is written by an anonymous person, we do not exactly know who it's written by. However, we refer to the writer of the story as a Beowulf poet. The Beowulf poet is believed to have been one that wrote 3,000-line poem down.
Yes, we haven't been able to find out who the poet was.
The Beowulf story is a poem. There are all different genres of poems and are all focused on different subjects. What type of poem is the Beowulf story?
Interesting question. The Beowulf story is categorized as an epic story. An epic story is a poem about heroes, gods, or brutal forces of nature. Elements of an epic poem are legendary heroes, superhuman strength, supernatural monsters, and changing locations. An epic story describes the protagonist's journey.
Yes, that is very fitting of the Beowulf story. What areas of an epic story apply to Beowulf?
We know that the Beowulf story is almost 1,500 years old, but what happened to the oldest manuscript of the story?
Well, the oldest manuscript of the Beowulf story we have today is believed to be around 1,000 years old. It's in reasonable condition for its age, and currently it's stored in the British Library in London.
It is incredible how something can last for that long.
I find that it's very interesting, Charlie, but I'm wondering, who are the main characters that play a big role in this legend?
Well, that's a very broad question, but to answer it, a few of the main characters are Beowulf, King Hrothgar, Grendel, the dragon, Shield Chieftain, Beowulf, Halfdane. These are all characters that play a big role in the story. In the story, who do you think was the main enemies and monsters that challenged the characters?
I think the main monsters who was a danger to Beowulf and the town was Grendel, Grendel's mother, and the dragon. These monsters were very dangerous and was a harm to their existence.
Why do you think it is a story that might have lasted so long?
This story would have lasted so long because it was respected around the world. The story is also lengthy and is set over a long period of time, as Beowulf is faced with many different obstacles.
That's all we have time for. Join us next week for another interesting discussion. Thanks, Lockie.